Portion of this video is sponsored by Beatbot. So by the end of this video, you will know exactly which TVs are actually worth your money and the one type that I always tell people to avoid. Even if it's on sale, even if it looks great in the store. No! Trust me, if you're buying a new TV in 2025, this video could save you hundreds and a whole lot of regret. So just this month, I have helped 3 friends buy a TV and every single one of them hit me up with some version of the same question. What's the difference between OLED and QLED? What's MiniLED? If you are staring at a wall of acronyms and buzzwords, wondering what they actually mean, this is for you. And let's start with OLED. It's the gold standard. Now there are more than one different type of OLED and I'll break them down. But the big thing to know about OLED is this. Every version, no matter which one, is going to give you incredible contrast, deep blacks, and a picture that looks premium. There's no backlight here, so each pixel lights itself. So black scenes, they actually look black. There's no weird glow, no gray shadows, just a clean cinematic contrast. Most people tend to go for W-OLED. And it's found in LG's B5 and C5 and Samsung's lower cost OLEDs and Sony's Bravia 8. So W-OLED, you probably see this a lot, uses a mix of colored and white subpixels to get a bright, accurate image, again, without needing that backlight. Right now, it's the most common type of OLED, and it looks absolutely amazing, even if it's not the fanciest version. Going up from there, you've got QD-OLED. It's quantum dot OLED, and quantum dots are tiny particles, not actually quantum, just small, that help boost brightness and color. Basically, they make everything look more vivid without kind of messing up the shadows or contrast. Same OLED magic, but with the quantum dots layered in for more brightness and punchier colors. So when you think of quantum dot OLED or QD-OLED, think of Samsung's S95 or Sony's A95L. And if you want that like wow factor, the second you walk into your room, look at your TV or someone else does, this is it. And at the very top of the pile, you've got 4-stack OLED, sometimes called tandem OLED. It's just a brighter, more refined version of OLED. And for the type who notices when shadows don't look right, you will appreciate it. You'll find it in stuff like LG's G5 and the Panasonic Z95B. So here's like the OLED pyramid if you're looking at it. At the bottom, we've got OLED, then we've got W-OLED, then you've got QD-OLED almost at the top. At the very top of that pyramid, you've got 4-stack OLED, sometimes called the tandem OLED. So any TV you're buying in that pyramid is going to look awesome. While OLED I think looks incredible, they typically are the highest price sets. And let's say you don't want to drop that kind of money, totally fair. That's where LED-based TVs come in. And they're everywhere and generally more affordable, but there's a huge range of quality. So let's start at the bottom with edge-lit LED. So these are the ones with lights only sort of around the edges of the screen. Edge-lit TVs still exist, but honestly, not a great buy in 2025. Picture quality doesn't hold up, especially when better options don't cost that much more. The lighting is uneven, so bright scenes can look kind of patchy and dark scenes turn into just a gray mess. You'll also get way more glare, less detail, and it does not age well over time. It is basically outdated tech that stores still sell because it's cheap to make. One step up from there is direct lit LED. The LEDs are kind of spread out behind the screen, so brightness is more even. And these are fine for casual watching, guest rooms, background noise sets. Just don't expect amazing contrast or dark scene detail. Now, full array dimming, that's where things I think get the most interesting. These TVs have backlight zones that can dim or bright independently. So if there's like a bright object in a dark scene, the whole TV doesn't light up the screen, it just kind of lights up that area. You're gonna get way better contrast, actually starts to feel premium. And then we hit quantum dots. And you've probably seen this as QLED, Neo QLED, ULED, or QNED. All different names, same idea. Better color, better brightness. And if you're into gaming or HDR movies, quantum dot panels with local dimming, I think are the absolute sweet spot. But then there's MiniLED. And it uses thousands of tiny backlights instead of a few hundred, which gives you way more control over brightness and contrast. That means things like deeper blacks, brighter highlights, and noticeably less light bleed in dark scenes, especially during movies or gaming. And the first thing I think people generally think when they hear about this tech is mini LEDs are probably going to be expensive. They don't have to be. TCL and Hisense are making some absolutely incredible mini LED sets under $1,000. You also start to see some in 8K. And look, it's mostly marketing. There's barely any 8K content out there. Maybe someday that'll change, but right now it is a future bet and not a smart buy. And even the future part is murky, with Sony announcing they're exiting the existing 8K market. Moral of 8K, some of the higher end sets you'll see it as an option. If it's included, fine, but don't go looking for an 8K set. But all of that is good if you're shopping for a TV that obviously is gonna go indoors. But a lot of people like to watch their TV outdoors, and that's a whole other beast. So here's a quick rundown for outdoor stuff. OLED is not your friend. It doesn't get bright enough to compete with sunlight. And that gorgeous panel, it's more fragile than it looks. For patios, backyards, or anywhere with tons of glare, you're gonna want either a bright LED or mini LED TV, preferably one rated for outdoor use so it doesn't get like wet. Look for something with high peak brightness and anti-reflective coating. It will not give you perfect blacks, but it'll still look solid in full daylight. Once your outdoor TV setup is dialed in, brightness, contrast, backyard vibes locked, where this video sponsor Beatbot comes in. So the AquaSense 2 Ultra, and I've talked about them in the past, is hands down, literally putting hands down, the smartest pool robot that I have ever used. What sets it apart is its hybrid sense pool mapping, a combo of 27 sensors, an onboard AI camera that can actually see what's happening and understand your pool. It doesn't just like guess where to clean, it kind of just go in a line. It maps out the floor, the walls, water line, even like those tricky steps, we call them Baja ledges. And it builds an optimized path so every inch gets covered. No like aimless circles or missed spots. And it keeps getting smarter too. To the Beatbot app, they've added some, I think, pretty useful upgrades. There's like AI quick mode, which is exactly what it sounds like. Fast focus cleanups, maybe somebody like shook a tree by your pool. So it's like perfect for cleaning out like leaves or petals on the floor when you don't have time for like a full run. Night cleaning mode turns on dual LED headlights automatically when it gets dark so the robot can clean while you are sleeping and actually be able to see what it's doing. Even an eco mode that takes over routine maintenance by running kind of a light floor cleaning cycle every 48 hours. Literally set it once and it keeps your pool looking clean without you having to think about it. And all of these upgrades combined just means your pool cleaning experience is a lot easier and more efficient. Eco mode, I should say too, is also available on the AquaSense 2 Pro, which gives you a lot of the same smart features at a more like affordable price point. So if you have a pool or plan to have a pool, this is one of those like quality of life upgrades that like generally makes your life easier. If you want to check any of them out, links are down below. Your pool, or your future pool, and your sanity will absolutely thank you. So in getting the right TV and the experience, it's not always about the panel, that's a big chunk of it. If you're not gonna use a set-top box, like the TV OS, I think actually really matters. We got Roku and Google TV, easy to use, LG's WebOS and Samsung's Tizen. They work, but sometimes can feel kind of designed by committee. Sony's version of Google TV I think is great. Fire TV, to me, feels more like an Amazon storefront than a TV interface. And look, some TV menus are smooth, others make you feel like you're solving a puzzle just to like figure out how to open Netflix. Like I always mean to mention this in TV videos, but I always forget. This is a giant tip. Do not trust how TVs look on display at your big box stores, Costco, Best Buy, or anywhere else. Most of those sets are in demo mode, kind of cranked up to max brightness with colors dialed to like just neon bright. That is not what it looks like at home. And if you do want real world performance, I would check places what I do. Places like ratings.com, that's RTINGS. They do legit testing, which is way more helpful than judging based off of a wall of screens under fluorescent lighting. Okay, so here's the wrap up. If you need something that works, go direct lit LED. Want something noticeably better, get a TV with full array local dimming. If you want great color and brightness for gaming, sports, or movies, look for quantum dots. Mini LED gives you excellent contrast and brightness control without the premium price tag. But if you want the best of the best, still I say go OLED. Even entry-level OLEDs are incredible. QD-OLED or 4-stack OLED, that is like elite. And whatever you do, do not buy an edge-lit TV. You deserve better. Your eyes deserve better. Even your wall deserves better. I wanted to kind of take all the technology and distill it down. If this helped you make sense of the chaos, hit the like, it helps, or drop a comment with the TV you are looking at or the one you bought. I'm always down to talk a little gear.